Sorry.
It's okay.
He went about 30 days, before me, and in a few minutes, all those green tracers will be gone because they're dead. The team's up there on top of the mountain. We'll take them out. Everything will be fine. Just enjoy the movie. SOG got real. So, did that. Went and linked up with the team. Marble Mountain is behind us, and all of a sudden it looked like the 4th of July. Red tracers, green tracers, flares, stuff going everywhere. Boom. Now I'm face down in the sand. And the guy sitting in the bleachers said, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I should have warned you. This happens every night. Just watch the movie. They won't shoot down here." And in a few minutes, all those green tracers will be gone because they're dead. The team's up there on top of the mountain. We'll take them out. Everything will be fine. Just enjoy the movie. White. My heart's pounding.
Holy shit.
So, the next day we got a
Vietnam,
briefing.
huh?
And you pick a code name. So I picked the dynamite code name. Then I went up to Fubai, where, John Myers already up there. I went to Fubai. We got off. It was about 5 or 6 of us went up there, and the sergeant major came out, and he had a little list. He got us all together, and he said, all right, he read the names off, and he said, all of you guys are going to leave tomorrow to go back down toward Nha Trang to 10 school to learn how to be a SOG team leader. I said, "What? You didn't read my name off." Thompson? No, you're not going down there. You're SF qualified, you're Ranger qualified. I'm putting you on a team this afternoon. You don't need to go down there. What you don't know that's going to be taught down there, the team's going to teach you over the next few days before you go on your first mission. Wow. And then he said, tomorrow morning, I need you to report into the S4. Sergeant Jones has a mission he'd like for you to help him with that I need an officer for. If you would help him for that, and then we'll link you up with your team and you can get started. Okay. They put me in quarters. Went to S4 the next morning, and the sergeant said, we've had some casualties, and we have their personal effects here. They've all been packed up in duffel bags. And before we can ship them back to their families, their personal effects back to their families, the effects need to be signed, reviewed and signed off by an officer. So I need you to just go through each of these 7 duffel bags, make sure there's nothing in there that would be classified, no pictures, no, anything that could be classified, and pack them back up, sign the sheet, and we can get them out of here. First duffel bag I picked up, a friend of mine from Fort Bragg. He went, sorry.
It's okay.
He went about 30 days, before me, and just disappeared. Nobody knew where he went, what the assignment he got when he got there. He just went into a black hole. And so he's been there 30 days, and I'm inventorying his personal effects to send back to his family. And SOG got real. So did that, went and linked up with the team, and went to work. Started training with the team because we had a mission coming up in a few days, and trying to learn everything I could before we went out. But anyway, that was a long story of how I got to.
What was in the bag?
He had, some civilian clothes, Letters, to his parents. I mean, people's personal kinds of things like that. They were letters that that had come from their families. There were letters they had written that they hadn't mailed yet. Things they'd had in their hooch, personal kinds of things that they would put in there. So I mean, probably half to 2/3 of it, I took out. But I had to read the letters, to their families, and that was brutal, just brutal.
And you were close with him.
Yeah, I just anyway.
What was his name?
Stacks, Lieutenant Stan Stacks, and yeah. We went through the officer course, SF course up there, and hung out some after that. So, but it was just a shock to my system. All of the first bag, the duffel bag with your name stenciled on the side of it, and I picked that up, and it just, holy cow!
Man,
now I know where he went. He went to SOG. Well, like my friend had told me, a couple of days before, don't volunteer for SOG. You're a dead man walking if you do. And then, here's Stacks all of a sudden.
I'm sorry.
So, I got put right to work, which, I'd rather get to work. Let's go do it. I learn fast. If you show me, I'll learn it. And wasn't expecting to get ambushed first time out.
Let's take a quick break.
Sure.
When we come back, we'll get into your first mission.
Okay.
You know what everybody dreads? The inbox. I've gone through thousands and thousands of emails, and I hear you loud and clear. So we're making it official. The Vigilance Elite store is fully stocked. We're dropping new gear more often. Some limited edition, some permanent staples. We've got hats, tees, and even Vigilance Elite tumblers. And yes, before you ask, I'm still booze-free. It's been 3.5 years. Relax. It's just water. If you were one of those emails, consider this your green light. Head over to ShawnRyanShow.com and stock up. No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.